Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to your CrossFit Frostbite No Equipment at Home workout for the day. My name is Charlie Riedel. Let's just get into it. Your muscle prep for the day is going to be 3 nice and easy rounds. You guys got 10 leg swings, making sure you get full range of motion, hip flexors, and hamstrings warmed up. That's 10 on each side. After that, 10 self hugs. Here it comes. Ain't no love like self-love. You guys can go in the front or overhead, just get those shoulders warmed up, and then 10 cats and cows. You guys got 3 rounds of that. Take your time. This is a slower paced workout for the day as always. If you need to pause it to get caught up, go ahead. Otherwise, we are into our workout for the day. Our workout for the day in CrossFit is known as slips. That stands for scales, L-sits, inversions, planche, and stretching. So this is a gymnastics based type movement. If you need kind of a day off, if you're looking to get better at gymnastics, this is the day for you. Don't skip on slips. This is much harder than what it looks like, I promise you. If you clicked on this video, you probably have passed on this workout many times before. Trust me when I say this is not a blow-off workout. Now, at CrossFit Frostbite, how we do this, depending on the day, we're going to set either a 4 or a 5 minute clock. Just kind of depends on how much time you have. You're going to move from one section to the next every 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to talk as if we're doing 4, as if you're kind of on a time crunch for the day. So we're going to start with scales. Now, for everything in this video, I'm going to talk about this from the moderate to beginner athlete point of view. There are a million modifications for all of these parts. These are going to be the moderate to beginner types. If you feel like you need something a little bit more advanced for you, you're already on YouTube. Look it up in the search bar. On the scales, we are working on forward and back scales. So for 4 minutes, we're going to spend 2 minutes on the front scales and 2 minutes on the back. The point of the forward scale is hip flexor mobility and range of motion and strength. Keep that chest up. Use things as balance as if you need to. You can use the wall, you can use a couch, or if you can stand there freestanding, this is a balance movement as well. You can spend 1 minute fully on one leg, working on that core strength, and then switch other sides, or just switch every other, working for about 2 minutes on the front. And then we're going 2 minutes to our back scales. Again, this is a balance movement. Have things for you if you need to work on balance, but try to keep the head, shoulders, hips, knees, and toe all in one straight line. Try not to break at all. Nice, smooth, and controlled there for 4 minutes. And then we are on to L-sits. If you have parallettes, if you have something to get yourself off the ground, great, that's a little bit more advanced. We're going to start with a V-sit. Now for 4 minutes, as with all of this, you're trying to accumulate as much time of that 4 minutes as possible. When in doubt, scale and get more quality time in. Modifications is still quality. You start with your V-sit. Other modifications there, if you have a weight, if you have a backpack, if you have an object that you can lay on the ground, you can sit in this pike type position and you can take one leg over if you need something a little bit easier, or if you can, take both feet over. You'll notice the farther your hands are forward on the ground in this pike position, the harder it's going to be. The farther I move my legs back and get my torso back, the easier it's going to be. That's your L-sit. Spend 4 minutes there. After that, we're on to inversion. If you got the skills at thrills and you can kick upside down, go ahead and do it. Other options are, first off, make sure you're not going to kick through a piece of drywall. Make sure you got something pretty sturdy, or at least that you're confident in going up lightly. You can work on wall walks. Try to the best of your ability, get those nose and toes on the wall with nothing else. Other options are, you can either do a pike from a chair or from a bench, or you can do a downward dog, something where you're working on proprioception while inverted. That's the intent of inversion, knowing how to move your body when it's not in its normal plane of motion. And then we're on to planche. No, I didn't have a stroke and missay plank. This is a planche movement. Again, if you guys want the expert way to do this, this is YouTube. Look it up. These are our modifications. You guys can either do what is a frog hold, which I'm probably shaking in this video right here, making it look very difficult, and that's because it is. Other options are you can do a single leg planche hold, or what's going to be good for most of us is working on push-ups. Now, you can either have a planche position, which my hands would be here, or I can have my normal push-up position, whatever is good for 4 minutes for you. Build strength in these movements. If you don't have the strength yet to do push-ups, either work on push-up negatives, keeping the chest big, head up and elbows in, or just do slow push-ups. You don't need to crank out 60 in these 4 minutes. In theory, if you were to do 5 to 10 push-ups, that's going to be okay too, as long as they are quality and as long as they are slow. And then the part that nobody wants to do ever, stretching or mobility. A lot of this, as you guys can tell, takes a lot of hip strength and mobility. We're going to start with a 1 minute hamstring stretch on each side. We're just going to sit on the ground, bring one leg in, one leg out. Make sure you are hinging at the hips and not hinging at the spine. Should feel a big old stretch back there in that hamstring. 1 minute on each side, and then we're on to our couch stretch. A favorite of ours. You're just going to get a big stretch here in the hip flexor and in the quads. We're going to do it on a bench today to show you what it looks like there. But again, minutes of quality. There's your 5 parts: scales, L-sits, inversion, planche, and stretch. Spend 4 or 5 minutes at each. That's your mobility. That's your muscle prep. That's your workout for the day. Hope you guys do enjoy these workouts. As always, if you do, like and subscribe to them. I am Charlie Riedel from CrossFit Frostbite. Keep it frosty. Bye. Oh, switch it up.